Hello and welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to answer the question, does Worbla stick to metal? So recently on one of my live streams, I told my viewers, I always tell them, they can always ask me any questions. And one of my viewers asked if Worbla stuck to metal. And sadly, I didn't know the answer. I put it over tin foil and it sticks to that pretty well, but there's a lot of crevices in there and lots of times it's sticking to itself if it's going around something. So I went to the hardware store and I got some different washers. These two look like they're a little bit different metal. This one's a thinner, has a little more surface area. So I thought I would test out my Worbla, heat it up, and see how well it sticks to it. Now, if you don't know what Worbla is, it is a thermoplastic. It comes in a sheet, much larger than this. I just cut a part of it off. You can get it from cosplaysupplies.com. This is not a sponsored video. That's just where I get mine from. It comes in this tan. They have a red, a white, a black, and a translucent, which I've never tried, so I don't have any experience with that. And they have a few other similar products like that. So a lot of cosplayers use Worbla to make armor. I've done it for some different masks, and I've made sculptures out of it. And if you want to know more about Worbla, check out my What is Worbla video down in the Worbla playlist below. Also in that playlist, you'll see all kinds of different things that I've made with Worbla. So enough of me rambling on. Let's go ahead and we're going to get this. We're going to try 3 different methods here. So I'm going to cut off 3 strips first for each little washer. And I don't think I've mentioned this in other videos, including the What is Worbla, but Worbla has 2 sides. There's a rough, scratchy side and a smooth side. And I'm told that that smooth side, when it heats up, has an adhesive on it that activates when the Worbla is heated up. So that might stick better. But we're going to try the smooth side, the rough side, and then I'm going to roll like a piece up and stick it on and see how that does. Because that'll be kind of a mixture of the two. So we're going to do our first washer. So I'm just going to stick it with the smooth side down. See right there, it didn't seem like it wanted to stick at all. But we're going to go ahead and give it some pressure. Get it nice and pressed in. Now I heated up another piece of the Worbla, and I'm going to do the rough side down. And you'll notice it does kind of overlap a little bit, but it kind of grips. This is already sliding, so I don't think that's going to work, but we'll heat it up just a little bit more. Put some pressure on it. Now I'm going to heat up this last one and roll it kind of into a ball and squish it in. All right, so I've got that. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to do the same thing for these 2. Okay, so I've got it all attached to the metal. I did them all in the same order. So this is sticky side down, rough side down, and the blob of it kind of rolled up and smushed on. Same on these 2. So you can see that first one popped right off, slid right off, and came right off. So it did not stick at all. And our second one, a little bit different finish here. So this one, I don't know if it's a coating. I'm not an expert on metal or hardware, but you can see that one's definitely, it's going to take some work. I could peel it off, maybe. So that one definitely stuck. And this is very smooth metal, and this has a little bit of a texture. So that was the adhesive side of the Worbla. This is the rough side. It's a little bit easier to take off, but still stuck pretty well. I did have it wrapped around more, so that's going to hold it in place better too. And if you were attaching it to metal, even something like this, if you went all the way around to hold it in place, I think it'd work out fine. And then our little nugget, that's definitely, that's on there pretty good. I wouldn't say it would, stand the test of time, but it's definitely a good temporary solution. So now on our last piece, these two slid off. The rough side stuck a little bit better. So to answer the question, does Worbla stick to metal? Not very well, or not at all in these cases. I think if you have something that has kind of a coating on it or a little bit rough surface, I think you're gonna do a lot better. And obviously if you put it around, if you're putting it around like a nail, if the option is, maybe if you could use a screw instead, I think it's gonna be fine because it'll squish into those grooves. Alright, well, I hope this helped anyone out that is curious if Worbla sticks to metal before they make the plunge of trying to use some on a project themselves. If anybody has different results, please leave them in the comments down below. If you have another Worbla or art question you want answered, please leave it down in the comments below, and I will answer it in the comments if it's just something kind of generic. If it's something that I think might take a little bit of testing, I will go ahead and do a video of it. Alright, well, thank you for watching today's video, and remember, never stop creating. Bye!